Dear students, hope you are great. Today we are going to continue chapter 8, lesson 2. Measuring length. When you compare two objects, you can find which one is longer by measuring the length of each. So if I want to compare between two objects, so I can measure the length of each one. So what's meant by length? Length is how long something is. In a metric system, length can be measured in meters or centimeters. 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. So each 1 meter equal to 100 centimeters. So again, length mean how long something is. If I want to measure the height or length of something, meters are used as a length unit for longer objects, while centimeters are used as a length unit for shorter objects. So if I want to measure a longer object, I use meter units, while if I want to measure shorter object, I use centimeter as a unit. Is it clear? Measuring mass. Mass is the amount of matter in an object. So mass is the amount of matter in an object. Amount or quantity of matter in an object. Example: soccer ball and bowling ball are about the same size, but they do not have the same mass. Soccer ball and bowling ball almost same size, but the weight or the mass of each one is different. Bowling ball has more mass, is heavier than soccer ball. So this heavier than soccer ball. Why? Because the mass of bowling ball more than the mass of soccer ball. So mass is the amount of matter in an object. Amount, quantity or amount of matter in bowling ball is more than matter inside the soccer ball. That's why the bowling ball has more mass than soccer ball. I can use pan balance to measure. It's an instrument used to measure the mass of an object. In the metric system, mass can be measured in kilograms or gram as a unit. So in a metric system, use kilogram or grams as a unit to measure the mass. 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 grams. So 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 grams. Kilogram are used as mass unit for heavier objects. So kilogram used for heavier objects, while grams are used for lighter objects. So if I want to measure a heavier object, I use kilogram, like a tomato, like fruits. This is a heavy object, so I use a kilogram. So I can say I buy 1 kilogram of tomato, 1 kilogram of potato, while grams are used to measure a lighter object. Look at this picture. What is the mass of the pen and book if you know that each cube has a mass of 1 gram? Can you tell me what is the mass of book and the pen if each cube is 1, this 1 gram, each one is 1 gram. Excellent. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Excellent. 8 gram. So the weight of book and pencil or pen is 8 grams. Measuring volume. Volume is the amount of space matter takes place. So volume is the amount of space the matter takes place. The place that's taken by a matter is called a volume. So volume, amount of space the matter takes up. To find the volume of a regular solid object such as rectangle cube, if I want to measure the volume, use a ruler to measure the length, width and the height of the object. Then multiply these three numbers to find the volume. If I want to measure the volume of any object, I multiply the length, width and the height. Look here, if I want to measure the volume of this rectangle, so I multiply the length by width and by height. So length times width times the height equal the volume. Look here, volume equal length times width times height. So the volume of rectangle cube, 2 times 2 times 1 equal 4. Excellent. To measure the volume of liquid, you can use measuring cup. If I want to measure the volume of any liquid, I use measuring cup or graduate cylinder. Look here. In a metric system, volume can be measured in liters or milliliters. Liters is equal to 1000 milliliters. So the unit of volume is liters or milliliters. 1 liters equal 1000 milliliters. So 1 liters equal 1000 milliliter. So if I want to measure the volume of any liquid, can use a measuring cup like this, or graduate cylinder like this, to measure the volume of liquid, and use liters. This is milliliters, liters or milliliters as a unit. This is milliliters. Look at this picture, at this one. What is the volume of the water? What is the volume here? Excellent, 400. So this is 400 milliliter. So the volume of liquid inside this measuring cup equal 400 milliliters. Density. Density is the mass of matter in a certain volume. So what's meant by density? Density is a mass of a matter in a certain volume. Different objects can have the same volume but different mass. This means that these objects have a different density. For example, here steel and wood both have the same volume but different in mass. This means there is a difference in density. Example, piece of steel and piece of wood that have the same volume. Both, look here, have the same volume. The particles that make steel, are packed more closely together, no space between each particles. While in wood the particles are not packed closely, there is a space between particles. So steel has more particles and more mass. So steel has more particles as the particles more packed together. So steel has greater density than wood. You got it? So again, density means the mass of matter in a certain volume, amount of mass of a matter in a certain volume. Some objects have the same volume. Steel and wood have the same volume. Both take the same space, but the steel has more density than wood. Why? Because steel has more matter, or mass, has more mass than wood. Why? Because particles of the steel are closely packed together, while wood there is a space between particles. So the steel has more mass, so has more density, as the particles closed packed together, more density. That's it. So density is the mass of matter in a certain volume. The mass of steel is more than the wood, but both have the same volume. Take the same volume. That's it. Thanks for watching.